1989, DR Power Equipment introduced the revolutionary DR Field and Brush Mower and forever changed the way people clear and maintain their property. Since then, the DR Field and Brush Mower has grown into a complete family of mowers to include the new tow-behind DR Field and Brush Mower. This great addition to our field and brush line lets anyone with an ATV or lawn tractor clear their rough, overgrown areas fast and easy while they ride. And like their walk-behind predecessors, these new tow-behind models are designed and built to perform better and last longer than anything else on the market today. Our engineers have designed many innovative features into the tow-behind DR Field and Brush Mower. For example, the engine is mounted behind the wheels, balancing the mowers so there's very little stress on the vehicle, making the DR easy to maneuver. The DR is designed so that the cutting height can be easily and accurately adjusted without tools. The Step and Mow cutting height adjustment system lets you change the cutting height almost effortlessly from 5 to 7.5 inches. And the unique Versa hitch accommodates any pin hitch so that the key cutting angle can be set to level regardless of the height of the tow vehicle. Our exclusive outrigger tow bar can be easily offset, allowing the deck to cut completely outside the path of the tow vehicle. You can travel free and clear while the mower does its work. With the outrigger offset like this, it's possible to mow along fences, drives, and under trees. The mowing deck's unique funnel shape increases the airflow for efficient discharge of the cut material. The DR is the only mower of its kind with full remote control. You can operate the throttle, start and stop the electric start engine, and engage and disengage the blade, all while riding. The wheels are shielded to protect both the mower deck and objects encountered while mowing. And all control cables and belts are stowed out of harm's way through the tow bar. A machine like this has got to be tough, and you could bet the DR is built right. For example, in situations where you can't always see where you're mowing, the DR has these shock-absorbing Protect swinging blades that deflect if you hit a rock or some other fixed object. This protects the spindle, engine, and blade itself from serious damage. Our exclusive blade spindle has a classic DR pedigree, a 1 3/8-inch solid steel shaft mounted on 30mm ball bearings, intended for the extra heavy-duty work you'll find yourself doing. The 1 1/4-inch diameter brush bar knocks down vegetation, allowing the blades to easily cut thick, waist-high grass and weeds. It even mows down hardwood saplings up to 1.5 inches thick. The mowing deck is made of welded steel, a full 1/8 inch thick. It will stand up to most anything and do it for years. Sealant-filled tires permanently reseal punctures that a rock or stick could cause. There are 2 excellent engine options. Our 13-horsepower Briggs & Stratton will meet any mowing challenge. But for even more power and durability, choose our 17-horsepower V-twin Kawasaki engine. Both have overhead valves, full pressure lubrication, spin-on oil filters, and are electric starting. Its innovative design and precision manufacturing make the tow-behind DR Field and Brush Mower the best performing machine of its kind. With its 44-inch wide cut, the DR can mow up to 2 acres of open meadow per hour. Once our engineers designed and built the DR, we turned it over to Mike Moriarty for testing. All DR products undergo hundreds of hours of rigorous testing before they're considered worthy of the DR brand. Hey Mike, how'd the tow behind mower perform?
Tom, as you know, we have high standards for quality at DR. We've been the industry leader in walk-behind brush mowers for years. So when we set out to develop a tow-behind unit, it had to meet those same high standards for quality.
We came all the way to Hawaii to find the toughest testing conditions possible. We put hundreds of hours on it, cutting all kinds of material, including Hawaii's thick, 8-foot-tall cane grass. And I have to tell you that it did just an amazing job. The locals were impressed as well. Typically, these grasses are cut with 70 horsepower PTO-driven brush mowers.
I've been so impressed by the performance and durability of this mower in these tough conditions. It's definitely got the DR pedigree for quality.
That sounds great, Mike. Thanks. As you can see, the tow behind DR Field and Brush Mower is a well-designed, well-built, and thoroughly tested machine. It does what it's supposed to do, and it does it right. And the same can be said for our original walk-behind DR Field and Brush Mowers too. Both machines are rugged and durable, while the walk-behind is better suited for slopes, maneuvering around obstacles, and on wet or soft ground. The new tow behind delivers unsurpassed ease of use, performance, and speed. One thing I can promise though, our DR Field and Brush Mowers can help you create the landscape you've always dreamed. If you're not sure which DR model is right for you, please call us toll-free at 1-800-699-2059, and one of our friendly customer service representatives at our headquarters in Vermont will help you with any questions you may have. As with our other DR power equipment, you can use a DR Field and Brush Mower for 6 months, absolutely risk-free. If within 6 months the DR is not all we promised, you can return it for a full refund, no questions asked. So give us a call at 1-800-699-2059 or visit us online at drpower.com/brushmower. Thanks for watching. I hope to hear from you soon.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Our dream for our 34 acres here in Port Angeles was to have an alpaca farm as kind of a hobby, but to take the raw acreage here and clear it so that it looked like a park and we could sit back and enjoy it most of the year. Before we purchased the DR Field and Brush Mower, we used hand loppers and we used a sickle, we used a gas-powered weed whacker. We have a tractor with a bush hog on it that we use, but using the DR Field and Brush Mower has just helped us get into all of those areas that we couldn't reach with other things, and it does it so quickly. The first time I got behind the new DR, I said, oh my gosh, this is mine. And Jim had to bring me in for dinner that night, and I thought, oh my gosh, this does the job so well, I have to name it. And so I named the new DR Gertie, after my great aunt who just worked from morning till night and just kept right on trucking, and that's how the DR works. We recommend the DR to others. When we have visitors come to our farm, one of the first things we get out is the DR, and we take the visitors out to the woods and we show them how it works. It's like getting out the baby pictures. Come here, you guys gotta see this. Oh, we dig it out and I buzz around something and they go, wow.
I'm not surprised that Mrs. Beauvais is excited about her DR Field and Brush Mower. Hi, I'm Tom Parent, sales manager here at DR Power Equipment, where the DR Field and Brush Mower is manufactured. We often hear from folks who have a nice piece of country property and a dream of making it better. They've discovered the DR to be just the solution they're looking for. Now, the DR is not for everyone, but after viewing this tape, you should have a good idea of what the DR is capable of. So let's visit with some more of our owners and see if their situations apply to your property.
My house here in Guildhall is about 6.2 acres on a beautiful lot of land that I fell in love with. And the bottom two is very, very overgrown. It's along the river, heavy brush, saplings, there's some poison sumac. At first I didn't know what to do. And I'd actually looked into full-size tractors, but between the, $3 to $5 grand for the brush hog and the 12 to 20 for the tractor, it didn't seem very economically feasible just to clear out with some brush. And whenever I searched on the internet, DR always came up. It's designed with a very specific purpose, and it does that very well. It cuts down brush and lightly wooded things. You pretty much point it and go.
We bought the property a little less than a year ago. We saw it, fell in love with it. It was perfect. We're building a home. We've put in the pond. We'll have fish for the grandchildren and for us to enjoy. We want to keep a lot of this 12 acres natural, but we will need trails, cleared places under the trees where we can put a little bench and sit down and watch the birds or the deer or whatever. And for us, it's going to be our own little private Eden.
Well, living in California, we worry quite a bit about fire season. And the particular house that we live in now, we have about 4 acres with a house surrounded by brush. And we tried cutting it down with weed eaters, and I've tried cutting down with little lawn mowers, and I really couldn't get what I considered a safe situation for my house. And this DR Field and Brush Mower, I can easily clear around my house, and it makes my wife and I feel a lot safer living in California in the summertime.
I got about 3 acres of property here. Most of it's field, just very small woodland, but the areas of property I was having trouble with was mainly the front of the place here when you're driving in, and it was just all overgrown and it just looked terrible. I was a machinist for 27 years, and good products, and it's well built, and as soon as I took it out of the crate, you could see it was just a well made, it was tight, it was just solid, and it sold me on it before I even used it. But then when I did get it out, it just amazed me. It just tore through everything I had out there.
And purchased this piece of property, which consisted of the old house, and with it came 40 acres. It had a pond, a view, a barn, and some meadowland and some woodland. So it's land that we had to reclaim after spending many years of cranking and pulling to start engines. It was wonderful to step up to the DR mower and with a little finger and thumb turn it and have it start beautifully. I had been itching to reclaim the pond, and I had done it, seems like every year, until I got tired of it, and then I let it go a couple years, and it was like almost waist high with alders and just a tanglement of you name it. And so I went right down to the pond and got a big grin on my face and just mowed the heck out of the place, chopped it right up. That's the first thing I did, was went right down to the pond and said, this time, you're not going to beat me.
Keeping your property maintained is just as important as the initial clearing. The DR's professional quality components are rugged, dependable, and easy to operate, so you can be confident the DR will be there when you need it. It does the job quickly and easily, so you can have more time and energy to actually enjoy your property instead of spending all of your time working on it.
My husband and I both love to fly fish. And when you're spending all your time trimming weeds with a handheld weed whacker and shears, you don't have time to go fishing. So since we have the DR, it only takes about 2 hours to clear everything up, make the property look decent, under control, because you have to keep it under control. And then that allows us to go out fishing together and actually have a lot more fun together. So we never have to fight about what do we do today. We can actually manage to clear the land and go fishing.
It helps me spend more time, my quality time with my family. You know, I bought my property to enjoy, not to be a slave to it. I got 5-6 hours tied up into it each time I mowed. That's it.
Not only is it a time saver, but I think it's a mind saver too, because I know that I have a dependable machine. I can take it way back into my property, that I have some mowing to do, and know that I can do it quickly, easily, and do it very professionally. And that gives me a great feeling of satisfaction and a great feeling of confidence that this property won't get overgrown again.
The DR all-terrain field and brush mower is absolutely the best thing I've ever seen. You turn the key, it starts, put it in gear, it goes. My big selling points would be dependability, ease of operation. The maneuverability, of course, is fabulous, but it does what it's supposed to do. It's fully dependable. That's what I look for in anything from, you know, a kitchen appliance to an automobile.
We have an area along our driveway that is beautiful when it's cleared out, but it's soggy most of the year. There's some natural flow through there. With the DR, we're able to get around all of those trees, and it goes right through the soft areas. It has not gotten stuck once.
You've seen the capabilities of the DR. Now let's take a closer look at the features, options, attachments, and various models. Starting with our most maneuverable DR field and brush mower, the 7-horsepower Scout model. The Scout is a scaled-down version of our larger models for folks with smaller land clearing needs. The Scout has a 22-inch wide cut and a constant differential, so it's easy for anyone to operate, turn, and maneuver. It will easily clear thick, foot-tall grass, 3-foot-high stocky weeds and light brush, and even small saplings, up to 3/4 of an inch thick. It's perfect for clearing and maintaining trails, fence lines, around ponds, along driveways, roadside ditches, and will even handle modest-sized, wide-open areas of up to 1 acre, or even more if you have the time. Our larger DR field and brush mowers are heavier, more powerful machines with added features and capabilities. You can choose models with either a 26-inch or a 30-inch wide cut for faster, easier mowing of large areas. The mowing deck on these larger models pivots up to 15 degrees on either side, following the contours of the terrain to prevent scalping. 4 forward speeds let you mow at a brisk walk, or slow down in really thick vegetation. And power reverse lets you back out of tight quarters. There's a powerful parking brake which comes in handy during transport or anytime you need to leave it unattended. Let go of the wheel drive lever and the machine stops moving. The operator presence control kills the engine if you let go when the blade is engaged. These models have an exclusive locking differential, which enables you to lock the axle for excellent traction and straight tracking in rough terrain. Unlock it and the wheels can turn independently for exceptionally easy turning. Just engage this switch to activate a commercial quality electric clutch, which enables you to start or stop the blade quickly and easily. Our all-terrain tires measure a large 18 inches in diameter by 6.5 inches wide. They are self-sealing in case of minor punctures from thorns or sharp sticks, and the wheels attach with tractor-style lug nuts. The gas tanks on our larger models have been customized to hold 2.5 gallons, and the fuel cap has a gas gauge built in, so you can tell at a glance how much fuel you have left. There are 2 control panel options you may wish to add. The first is an hour meter, which fits neatly in the control panel. It tells you hours run, RPMs, and when to do scheduled maintenance. The second option is a light, which mounts on the control panel. Simply plug it in to connect it. We've always taken comments from our customers seriously. For years, we've heard that you'd like to replace the brush deck with various attachments. Well, we're proud to announce that our larger models are now 4-season machines. These models accommodate powered attachments quickly and easily. Let's watch. To remove the brush deck, all you do is loosen the drive belt, remove the locking pin, and once you've stabilized the drive unit, simply slide off the deck. Our attachments slide on just as easily. The new 42-inch wide lawn mowing attachment turns the DR into a fast, professional-style lawnmower. The deck is made of durable 12-gauge steel and mows with two 21-inch long mulching blades for a beautifully smooth cut. You can adjust the cutting height from 2 to 4.5 inches instantly with this single lever. The front-mounted caster wheels support the deck and swivel in any direction, so you never have to lift the deck to turn. 5-inch anti-scalp wheels mounted in the rear help keep the deck and blade from scalping. If you live in the snow belt, you can add this new 30-inch wide single-stage snow thrower. The DR's powerful engine lets you clear snow up to 2 feet deep, and you can direct the discharge chute up to 230 degrees. Our grader blade is made of 11-gauge steel, locks in 3 different positions, and has adjustable skids that allow for proper ground clearance. It's ideal for spreading gravel, sand, mulch, or uncompacted dirt, and also makes a fine snowplow.
From what I've seen, the quality is superior. The design was done by a genius. I cannot believe how easy the controls are to get to, and that reverse gear is the best thing in the whole wide world. If it were not for the 2 little skids that it runs on and the pivoting action that it has, I would be so bogged down in dewberry vines, grapevines, both of which are quite strong. This slides over obstacles rather than bumping up against them. And that's one of the things that I find is a wonderful feature.
The balance on it, I'm very impressed with the balance. I'm only 5 feet tall, but this DR is very easy for me to maneuver, to turn around, to go up and down slopes, to back up. It does everything very well.
And I was backing up the other day with it, and I tripped over a little log and started to fall back and let go, and the machine immediately stalls out. So it's good to know that you're not going to have this machine go over your feet if you fall down. It dies immediately.
I think the DR does, in fact, stand for quality. A lot of the components they've used, all the ones that are certainly visible, if you look at the clutch on the axle, it's very substantial. And the size of the axle shafts themselves, I'm never going to bend those. They certainly are overbuilt for the machine. And the gauge of the steel from the actual housing of the unit all the way to the cutter itself is heavy enough that I don't feel that I'm ever going to have issue with it. The lugs on the DR, it's the perfect pattern. I mean, I haven't used it as a snowblower, but I suspect it would be great in the snow because they're wide open and pretty self-cleaning. They don't get caked up with mud, and it goes through pretty much anything.
Actually, I probably use the snowblower attachment more than the mower attachment. I have my driveway here that it gets drifted up 2 and 3 feet at a time, and I've always gotten through with the mower. The mower starts right up. That's the main reason why I started using it in the wintertime, because my truck with a plow on it, I couldn't get it started half the time. It's easy to move around. I can change it by myself within about 10 minutes. It's a dream. It works perfect.
We are very proud of our DR products and the job they do helping to improve country properties. At the same time, we fully recognize that asking you to put your money into this substantial an investment, sight unseen, is asking quite a lot. That's why we invite you to try out a DR on your own property for 6 months, risk-free, when purchased direct from the factory. If it isn't everything that we and our customers say it is, we'll take it back and give you a complete refund, no questions asked.
Well, that was a selling feature to me because I thought, I have nothing to lose if I buy this product. If I buy this product, I take it out here, and it doesn't perform the way I would like it to perform, I can send it back. No questions asked. To me, that tells me a lot about the company. that the company's willing to stand behind this product, and it's telling me that I should be happy with this product.
Since we were purchasing it sight unseen, it gave us an opportunity to try it out. But having just worked it one day, I knew there was no way they were getting it back.
I try to be careful with my money because it's not easy to make. And I did quite a bit of shopping around locally because I like to support local businesses, but I couldn't find anything that would come close to what the DR could do. And after debating for quite a while, I decided to spend the money, and I can tell you now that it's money well spent.
What impressed me the most was that they said, "We will do whatever it takes to make you happy."
My name is Tim. How may I help you?
Our business depends on our customers, and our customer service representatives are here to help you make the right decision. We won't sell you a DR unless we're convinced it's the right tool for you. So why not try out a DR Field & Brush mower for yourself? Just give us a call at 1-800-699-2059, and we'll be happy to answer your questions, figure your current price and savings, and take your order. You can also visit us online at www.drpower.com/brushmower and learn more about our exclusive 6-month trial. What have you got to lose? There simply has never been anything like the DR Field & Brush mower. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
It wasn't a line, it's not a lot of baloney. It just is a wonderful machine, and it's, what I've said is all true. It's very enjoyable to use it, and I love the way it starts.
It does everything it's supposed to do much better than I ever would have envisioned it. It's actually fun to use, and that may sound a little odd, but I enjoy when I use it to cut down the brush because it works so well and makes light work of what would be virtually impossible to do otherwise.
The only thing I can say about it is that I'll fight anybody that tries to get it away from me.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Hi, I'm Tom Parent for Country Home Products, manufacturer of DR outdoor power equipment. Thank you for your interest in the amazing DR leaf and lawn vacuum. If you own a riding mower and have a fairly large lawn, you'll be amazed at how this remarkable new DR can make lawn cleanup chores faster and easier than you ever dreamed possible. If you're familiar with our other DR-powered products, you know that DR is famous for developing professional quality equipment for homeowners. We know you appreciate the best when it comes to maintaining your property. The DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum fits right into our stable of other professional quality DR equipment. It is the largest, most durable, most full-featured tow-behind lawn vac ever available to homeowners. Let's take a look at what this machine can accomplish around your place. The DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum creates a powerful vacuum force which pulls everything from your riding mower's deck into the unit. You can drive over a thick carpet of fallen leaves and vacuum them up as you go. Leaves, grass, pine needles, acorns, nuts, and pine cones all get swept clean by the DR's powerful suction, leaving your lawn looking great and, more importantly, giving you more time to enjoy your property. Now, I'm sure you've tried using a rake for yard cleanup. Not only is the rake less effective, but it is exhausting work and is likely to give you a sore back and shoulders for days afterward. Powered blowers are not much better. They're very noisy and scatter leaves and debris every which way, so you end up chasing them around your lawn all day. And no one likes the look of messy grass clippings or matted clumps on their lawn, or getting clippings tracked into the house. But if you already own a riding mower, the DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum is an essential tool for professional-looking yard cleanup. It is fast, thorough, and easy to maneuver. Notice how the Premier model follows your riding mower wherever you steer it. This is even true in reverse, so there's no awkward backing up or risk of jackknifing. Check out the features that make the DR the best performing lawn vacuum you can buy. The DR has a patented welded steel impeller, giving you 3 amazing advantages. First, the impeller is aerodynamically designed to create a vacuum force that moves over 1,650 cubic feet of air per minute, ensuring clean and thorough results. Second, it shreds material with DR's patented shark teeth. The impeller shreds leaves and debris as they pass through the chamber, reducing the volume of material to as much as 1/10 its original volume. This means that the DR will vacuum and shred the equivalent of up to 90 33-gallon trash bags full of dry leaves before you need to empty the unit. Third, the impeller is designed so well that it carries a lifetime warranty against breaking or bending. Another important feature is our patented centrifugal action separator, which makes this the only lawn vacuum you can buy that produces little or no dust as you work. Using centrifugal force, solid material, including very small particles, are spun to the outside of the separator, where they are forced into the collection chamber. Check out how little dust exhaust there is when we vacuum up these dry leaves. By comparison, other vacuums use plastic or fabric mesh bags through which the exhaust is vented. Just look at how much dust exits when we vacuum up a similar quantity of dry leaves using another manufacturer's lawn vac. It's not very pleasant driving through a cloud of dust like that all day. Not only that, but these fabric collection bags eventually clog, mildew, rot, and tear. In contrast, the DR's collector is tough as nails, and it's totally weatherproof, so you can leave it out all season long. The collector is made of smooth, high molecular weight polyethylene, so your mulch material slides out much more easily. Emptying the DR could not be simpler. You just back it up to your garden or compost pile, remove the back panel, and tilt the bed. In addition to being the most powerful and durable vacuum available to homeowners, the DR also features its very own chipper. It's great for easy disposal of branches and prunings up to 2 inches thick. Another great feature of the DR is that with the rear panel removed, the collector can be used to haul firewood, brush, mulch, or other bulky materials. Now let's look at the options that make the DR the most versatile lawn vac anywhere. For cleaning up hard-to-reach spots around your house, just attach the professional vacuum hose and you can quickly vacuum leaves and debris from window wells, foundations, and landscaped beds. Our optional mulch discharger gives you the ability to discharge your mulch material to an area inaccessible from your rider, a compost area for example, over a fence or up a hill. The DR can also bag your mulch material automatically using either paper bags, recommended for recycling, or standard plastic trash bags. But quite frankly, it would be a shame to throw away the material that the DR leaf and lawn vacuum produces. Because the material gets shredded so finely, it produces rich compost for your vegetable gardens and landscape beds in no time. Now that you've seen the DR in action, you might be wondering about how it arrives or how to store it. Well, DR has thought of everything. The DR's modular design makes for easy assembly in minutes without any tools. For example, if you own the Premier model, all you need to do is reattach the engine vacuum system, install the elbow, secure the side panels, then place the centrifugal separator on top. The front and back panels go on next, and secure them with these simple latches. And finally, the elbow connects to the separator hose. Assembly usually takes less than 10 minutes. This same modular design lets you disassemble and store the DR just as quickly and easily. This is a clear advantage when compared with the multitude of pieces needed to assemble some other lawn vacs. The DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum is available in 3 different models. The Premier model holds a whopping 245 gallons of shredded material and is powered by an industrial commercial Briggs & Stratton overhead valve engine. Our top-of-the-line Premier also features a built-in chipper for turning branches up to 2 inches thick into attractive wood chip mulch. With its fixed hitch and pivoting wheels, the Premier follows wherever you steer. Our top-of-the-line commercial model has a 315-gallon capacity and is powered by an industrial commercial Briggs & Stratton overhead valve engine. The commercial also features a 2-inch chipper for disposal of prunings and fallen branches. This DR uses conventional single-point hitch trailer steering. All DR models feature rugged 1¼ inch tubular steel frames, break down to do double duty as yard trailers, and are impervious to weather and wear. As with our other DR power equipment, you can use the DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum for 6 months, absolutely risk-free. If within those 6 months the DR is not all we promised, you can return it for a full refund, including shipping both ways. We offer special factory direct savings throughout the year, so why not give us a call? Thank you for calling. One of our friendly customer service representatives will help you choose the best model for your needs, and you'll have 6 months to give it a try. It's toll-free, so call us at 1-877-405-7460. You can also place your order online at www.drpower.com/leafvac. Again, if you're not 100% satisfied with our DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum, we'll buy it back. No questions asked. You have my word on it. I hope to hear from you soon.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Hi, I'm Tom Parent, sales manager for DR Power Equipment. On behalf of everyone at the company, thank you for your interest in our revolutionary DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum. As you know, our tow-behind leaf and lawn vacuums are great if you own a riding mower and have a large lawn with lots of leaves to collect. But if you don't own a riding mower, or have places where a rider's just not feasible, our walk-behind DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum may be the perfect solution for you. Its new design and advanced technology solve many of the problems that plague other walk-behind vacs. So lawn cleanup is faster, easier, and more enjoyable than ever. Until now, walk-behind lawn vacuuming has meant operating in clouds of dust and debris, struggling with leaf buildup in deep, heavier, wet leaves, and emptying shenanigans that involve jam zippers or clogged Velcro. Not to mention awkward, uncomfortable, sometimes nearly impossible dumping maneuvers. But no longer. The DR has a protective, high-density polyethylene dust tamer shield that directs vacuum material and expelled dust down into the collection bag and away from the operator's face, making it much cleaner and more pleasant to operate than any other walk-behind machine. When the collection bag is full, the DR has a totally unique track lock unloading system. Just disconnect the heavy-duty connectors and slide out the collection bag. With no zippers to jam or Velcro to clog, it's fast and easy. To reload, just slide the bag back in and lock it in place. For your protection, we've installed a safety switch to ensure the DR won't run while the collection bag is off. The DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum is the only machine that manages deep piles of leaves easily without clogging. Its unique design allows for shift-on-the-fly adjustment of its AccuVac intake, and those deep piles are picked up in just one pass. It has big 14-inch wheels to roll over bumps and hollows, which make the DR easy to maneuver, even when the bag is full. The intense suction power of the DR vacuums all manner of debris from the ground into the central chamber, where the 6-blade steel impeller shreds and reduces the material before it is directed into the collection bag. The heavy-duty impeller carries a lifetime warranty against bending or breaking. In addition to its standard features, an optional onboard vacuum hose is available for those hard-to-reach spots. To use it, just close the AccuVac door. This directs the vacuum intake from the AccuVac in the front of the machine to the hose. It's really a great way to clean out those hard-to-reach places. When not in use, the vacuum hose stows right on the machine until you need it again. The walk-behind DR leaf and lawn vacuum is ideal for maneuvering around trees and other obstacles. For vacuuming side slopes where you wouldn't or couldn't take a riding mower. And for working in tight spaces where a tow-behind machine can't fit. Getting rid of grass clippings is often a problem for homeowners, but not with the DR walk-behind. Just close the intake opening a bit to increase the vacuum force, and those clippings will vacuum right up. Use this same approach for vacuuming small embedded material, like matted leaves, pine needles, and acorns. There are 2 walk-behind DR models to choose from. The push model is great for level lawns. Smooth 14-inch wheels provide excellent maneuvering capability. For hilly or uneven terrain, we offer a self-propelled model. It lets you operate with ease anywhere, even with a heavy load. The self-propelled model comes with either manual or electric starting, and 3 forward speeds. The rear wheels are treaded for added traction, and the front wheels are smooth for easy turning. All models feature an easy single lever height adjustment to set the vacuum's intake height to best suit the surface being vacuumed. The walk-behind leaf vac offers 2 collection methods. The standard 30-gallon mesh collection bag is easily removed, emptied, and reinstalled. Our optional disposable liners fit inside the mesh bag and are great for curbside pickup. Protect your investment by adding this handy cover, which shields the DR from the weather. The DR walk-behind leaf and lawn vacuum is by far the best in its class. With its dust tamer top shield, track lock unloading system, and shift-on-the-fly AccuVac intake, the DR makes lawn cleanup faster, easier, and more fun than ever before.
The leaf and lawn vac? Sure,
If you have any questions about which DR leaf and lawn vacuum is right for you, call us toll-free at 877-405-7460, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. You can also visit us online at drpower.com/leafvac.
Did you receive the information that we sent out to you?
So if you're tired of raking, I know you'll appreciate this quality machine and the beautiful work it does. As with all of our DR products, you can use the walk-behind leaf and lawn vac for 6 months, absolutely risk-free. That's right. If after 6 months the DR isn't all you want it to be, you can return it. No questions asked. So you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. From all of us here at DR Power Equipment, we hope to hear from you soon.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
If you really want to know how good a product is, ask the man or woman who owns one. We've always felt that owner comments are worth far more than any fancy advertising we could buy. That's why we're always asking our customers what they like and don't like about our equipment. Here's what owners of the DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum have to say.
I was very excited when I got the DR Lawn and Leaf Vacuum. The first thing I noticed was the gauge steel that they used on the frame. I looked at the quality of the workmanship, the ease with which you can disassemble and use, and I realized I purchased a quality product.
Well, I've tried other methods of getting leaves up, obviously, with the raking and the leaf blowing into piles, and then you're faced with what to do with the leaves. So I did see an ad for the DR, and I thought it might be useful here. And when I started using it, it was like, it just changed. It just reduced the workload dramatically. It was amazing.
Well, I bought the DR mainly because seeing I'm heading into retirement age now, I want less work. And this is a lot less work than raking them or blowing with a heavy duty backpack blower all the leaves that I actually have here. And also the county charges to haul away the leaves here. It costs about $100, and I have to have it done twice a season. I have so many leaves, so that's a couple $100 I'm saving there, because I can now dump them in my back 40 and mulch them, and then mix them in with the clay soil in the fall after they've mulched well. Yeah, I use it probably 3 seasons a year. I use it in the spring for the early grass because it's growing so fast. I don't want to just leave it on the lawn or it would choke it out. I use it in the fall for the leaves. And then after all the leaves are gone, approaching winter, I have a lot of decorative grasses, liriope and such, that are dying back and need to be taken down, so I suck up the stuff with that. So the DR has really enabled me to kind of do things I wouldn't have done before, such as take down the decorative grasses. I can do that in 10 minutes now rather than a couple, 3 hours that it used to take.
The DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum has a particularly good feature that has cut down on my workload substantially, and that is the hose attachment, and it just operates just like a vacuum in your house. You can go right around the foundations of the house in areas that aren't accessible to the tractor setup itself.
The DR Lawn and Leaf Vacuum's basic function of picking up leaves is fantastic. What makes it even more special, though, is that you can chip limbs up to 2 inches in diameter, and it does a fantastic job of not bogging down where other equipment might. I would definitely recommend the DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum to anyone that has a problem like I've had and has a burden of leaves and broken limbs. It takes care of the job. I don't want to spend all my time raking leaves and picking up limbs, when you can use the DR Leaf and Lawn Vacuum to take care of this and make the lawn look nice without the burden of having spent so much time in disposing of leaves and limbs.
The only downside I can see about being a DR Leaf and Lawn Vac owner is everybody in the neighborhood is coming around and ask me to do their leaves. It has changed the way I go about maintaining my property. I only wish I could have bought it a little sooner.
The thing I like the most about the DR chipper is the quality and heavy-duty nature of the machine. This is a first-rate, what I would call industrial strength piece of machinery for a private homeowner. The quality is just excellent. The construction is heavy-duty, it's well-built. There's nothing Mickey Mouse about that piece of equipment.
I started looking into the DR products probably around 5 years ago, and I introduced them to my business, and ever since then I've made work a lot easier. Couldn't wait to use it, and once I got out on a couple jobs, it was the sweetest thing. It's easy to operate, it's light, I can maneuver it in some tight spaces, the trailer's nice, and you couldn't ask for a better product.
Reliable, dependable, it's got plenty of power, and I believe I wrote them a letter one time and I said it's a machine that's big enough to do the job, small enough to get to the job site.
The quality of the DR chipper is superior to any other chipper that I've seen. It is a truly well-built machine. It's comparable in strength and durability to my farm tractor, to my backhoe, to any other heavy equipment you would find on a farm. And the best chipper that I've had is the DR chipper by Country Home Products.
We
We at Country Home Products are in business to provide professional quality products at a reasonable cost to folks who live in the country. Hi, I'm Tom Parent, and every day we hear from people all across the country who enjoy maintaining their properties and keeping them looking their best. What we've been hearing from our DR chipper owners is that the DR is a wonderful relief for people who've been struggling with this chore. Sometimes you have piles of brush, prunings, or branches that can pile up and make your place look untidy. Well, the DR chipper can really help out. Of course, there are other ways that people can clear their properties, but most of them seem to be too restrictive.
Like I'd use some lower horsepower or smaller units, and it's always a chore to try and shove some material into those. They took much longer, much more work, much more vibration of the pieces as you're trying to feed them in, particularly the old dead stuff, which is real hard.
It's really a back saver if you think about it. The old way of doing things, by the time you got done bending over, picking it up, dragging it, putting it in a pile, tying it up, and then taking it and putting it out wherever it had to go, or lifting the big old heavy piles and put them in the back of a truck. This is a one-time shot. Just pick it up, feed it, it's history.
And if I had to do it without the chipper, what we'd have to do would be burn the wood. And down here, we can't burn in this piece of property. It's just too close to the trees. Where we do have space to burn, it would look pretty bad cosmetically. So I don't think I could have done it without the DR chipper. It would just look awful.
The DR chipper is a wonderful machine. I can put a 20-foot long tree in it. It'll take the whole thing without bogging down, and I don't have any waste that I can't easily dispose of.
Now you're probably wondering, can the DR handle the kind of work I have to do on my property? Well, we're hearing from customers all over the country with all different kinds of wood. Spruce, pine, balsam, fir, maple, apple, elm, you name it, we got it. The list is endless. And so far we haven't heard of any kind of wood, green or dry, that the DR can't chip.
The wood down here is mainly loblolly pine, sweet gum, hollies, and oak. The holly is a tough wood, and it just eats it up, chips right through it. The DR is fantastic.
I even chip up tumbleweeds, which tend to clog the other ones that I had tried, but I also chipped up Russian olive, which is real hard, particularly when it's dry, and it's also real spiny, but the DR chipper went right through that with minimal thrashing about.
The DR chipper will do a heavy wood, a soft wood, a dead wood. I've done cherry, pine, I've done hollies, arborvitaes, maples, oaks, fresh cut wood, even wood that's been sitting around, it chips up no problem, and it really does a good job.
So we had a special log here we cut. It was about 8 feet long. It was about 4 inches on one end, about 3.5 inches on the other end. And we fired her up, and we run that thing through, I believe it was between 12 and 14 seconds to eat that whole 8-foot ball gut. And I couldn't believe it the way it was putting the chips out of it. And from then on, I've been sold on a DR chipper.
We firmly believe an owner can justify the purchase of a DR chipper because the benefits are so immediately apparent. First, you're able to enjoy your property because it's so aesthetically pleasing. And second, there are many environmental advantages to reusing the wood.
The DR chipper has been very good around here because the property had not been maintained for a long time, and so when we bought it, there's been a lot of clearing, especially on the fence lines, and there was a wood lot that had grown up with a lot of underbrush, so it's made it much easier. Now we can cut the brush and chip it right on the spot and haul the chips away.
When you have wood laying on the ground decomposing and rotting, it's a meal for a tick or a chigger or any type of insect. So basically you want to get that wood out of there, clean the woods up, open it up, make it a healthier woods.
Down here in Dorchester County in Maryland, we have a large population of Delmarva fox squirrels. And Delmarva fox squirrels only thrive when the brush is clear and they can get around on it. They're not like other squirrels. So by clearing this, we've increased the population of Delmarva fox squirrels.
I have about 24, almost 25 acres here, and I'm slowly trying to clean it up, get rid of the underbrush, spread things out, so if a fire comes through, I have a chance to keep them from all burning up. And without the DR chipper, I'd have to stack it up, and when it gets dry like it's, well, right now it's tinder dry. Now you got a fire hazard setting in, and that's what we're scared of up here. If it gets to these trees, we're doomed.
One of the nice things about using the DR chipper is that I return all this back to nature. There's no waste. Everything is used. There's nothing to burn. There's nothing to bury. It's all returned to nature. One of the other uses I have for the DR chipper is chipping hickory and mesquite and applewood. It's great for barbecuing. Second thing I do, I raise horses, so I use the chips in the horse corrals and in the horse paddocks themselves, and works better, in my opinion, than using straw. Let me go through these chips with you. This stringy stuff here is what happens to branches, and most of the chips are going to be this consistency right here, a 1/4 inch to 3/4 of an inch piece of wood.
I think what I like the most about the DR chipper is its dual purpose. It cleans up an ugly wood pile into a product that I can use for landscaping, making my gardens look great with a nice sized mulch.
Sometimes in this area I hunt, I will lay the chips down in the woods for such things as the turkeys to come and they'll scratch and they'll go for the bugs afterwards. Or if I clear an area from briars or anything like that, I could put the chips right back on, which would be a natural block from keeping the briars to come back up.
We at DR Power Equipment take a lot of pride in our products, and you should know that all our DR chippers, whether it's the smaller 10 horsepower model or our top-of-the-line 19 horsepower model, are really professional quality pieces of equipment. They're designed for heavy-duty use. Let's take a closer look at how they're built. All chippers are mounted on a heavy-duty frame and feature extra big hoppers, which allow you to feed in either thick single branches with a minimum of pruning or bundles of smaller branches all at once. Inside, a solid steel flywheel weighing up to 33 pounds provides the power and momentum to glide branches through up to 4.5 inches thick. Every professional power DR chipper has at least 2 to 3 times more horsepower than most common homeowner chippers. This increased power, combined with a hardened tool steel chipper knife, makes the DR incredibly fast, so you can get more work done without the hand-numbing vibration you get from underpowered machines. Best of all, the DR is so incredibly easy to use. Just start it up, either manually or with easy electric starting, and start chipping. There are no levers or clutches to engage or adjust. DR chippers are easy to haul, whether you want to push it yourself, tow it with a lawn tractor, or with your car, truck, or tractor. We have self-powered models from 10 to 19 horsepower in the widest range of sizes and prices in the industry. This road towable top discharging model is about as close as you can get to the machines the road crews use, but in a version sized and priced for the homeowner. This chipper eliminates the step of cleaning up the wood chips by shooting them directly into a large cart or truck. Or you can broadcast the chips evenly into a wooded area to recycle the chips back into the woods. Our smallest horsepowered unit is one we've developed in response to requests we've had from customers who have smaller properties and chipping needs, but still want a professional power machine at a great price. This 3-point hitch DR chipper mounts to the back of any Category 0 or 1 3-point hitch tractor and is powered by the tractor's engine. This DR is also very portable. Just lift the unit, drive it to your brush pile, and start chipping. The adjustable power takeoff drive shaft is safety shielded and is included with our 3-point hitch models. And now there's even a top discharging 3-point hitch model for easy collection or dispersal of wood chips. Because our 3-point hitch models can be used on tractors from 19 horsepower up to 45 horsepower, these units have plenty of chipping power. Please refer to the catalog we recently sent you for engine specifications and model comparisons. Or give us a call, toll-free, at 1-800-854-2588 and describe your needs. We'll be happy to help you select the model that's right for your property. No pressure, no hard sell, just helpful advice from our folks who know and use DR equipment on their own properties.
The electric start feature is one of the best features on the DR chipper. I simply turn a switch and it's ready to go.
It's very well balanced so that picking it up, hooking it up to the tractor, dropping the toe pin in is very easy. It is no wider than the tractor, so it will fit through narrow spaces. The heavy-duty tires makes it a real easy piece of machinery to move to other spots.
I'm certain that it would be viewed as a male-operated piece of equipment, but my wife has used it, the neighbors have used it, they're female. It's an easy piece of equipment to use, and it's safe.
When you order a DR chipper, everyone at DR Power Equipment wants you to know that you made the right decision. We offer a 2-year warranty when the chipper is used for residential use, and you also have a great 6-month trial period when purchased direct from the factory. If for any reason you're unhappy with the DR or it doesn't do what you expected it to do, just give us a call within 6 months of your ship date. We'll take it back and give you a complete refund, no questions asked.
The risk-free trial was really reassuring when I decided to buy the DR chipper sight unseen. When it arrived, I put it together immediately, put the biggest log I could find through it, and knew instantly it wasn't going back. I was going to keep it.
I doubt very much you'll send back a DR product. I think once you buy it, you're going to fall in love with it.
This is Abby. How may I help you?
We offer our DR chipper direct from our factory, and a lot of times people are buying it sight unseen. Because of that, we know we need to provide better information and better service than most customers may be accustomed to in a retail establishment. That's really the role we play in customer service. It's helping people decide if the DR will handle the jobs that they have, and if so, which model is right for them. We don't even really think of ourselves as salespeople. Our business depends on one thing and one thing only: satisfied customers. Our job is really an easy one. It's listen to the customer and help match the right product to their needs. We also provide a terrific, knowledgeable technical support team, ready to help with any questions or service advice or parts that a customer may need.
They're very, very friendly. They'll work with you in any kind of way, and they're happy to hear feedback. If you were to go in a store and buy it, that's it. You might never see that salesman again. They back everything that they sell you, and they'll even give you a call and ask you, how is your product working? Which I find very, very surprising.
The minute you call those folks, I mean, they're on it. You've got your parts out here within just, I mean, I'm the opposite of the country. You got your parts here within just a few days. And when you're up here like this, working with it day in and day out, you really appreciate things like that.
It's been my pleasure to talk about the DR chipper. If you have any remaining questions about the DR, or if you'd like to place an order, call us toll-free at 1-800-854-2588. Any one of our customer service representatives would be very happy to answer any questions you may have. I'd also encourage you to visit our website, www.drpower.com/chipper. We look forward to having you join the DR family. Thanks for watching.
The tech support's there. They stand behind their product. They're priced very, very reasonable. It does the job, and that's basically what people are going to put their money up. That's what they want. Something's going to do the job and do a good job, and that's DR.
Would you like something easy to use? Would you like something that works better than it's promised to? Would you like to buy from a company that provides more than they promise? Would you like to save a lot of time? Would you like to keep the brush down to nothing? And would you like to do it quickly and a minimum of expended energy? Then you need a DR chipper.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Hi, I'm Tom Parent for DR Power Equipment, designer and manufacturer of the new DR Power Grader. We all know the rewards of country living come with a few challenges, and maintaining unpaved driveways and roads are some of the toughest. Our new DR Power Grader meets those challenges head on. It's the fastest and easiest way we know of to care for dirt driveways and private roads. Without the DR Power Grader, these roadways are tough to fix, tougher to drive over, and murder on your vehicle. It's the kind of work that's near futile to do by hand. And homemade contraptions are just partial solutions at best, and pretty silly at worst. We figured there had to be a better way, and there is.
Before I got the DR Power Grader, I had to use a 6-foot box blade, which I hooked up behind my 1010 tractor. Since I got the DR Power Grader, in just a matter of an hour, I can do more work than I could ever do in a half a day with my box blade or the other blade.
When I purchased the DR Grader, I was looking for something that would do exactly what it was designed to do. I'd been using all kinds of pieces of equipment I'd purchased in various locations. None of them worked well. With the DR Grader, I've solved all of my road maintenance problems.
We designed our Power Grader to break down, redistribute, and smooth over hard composite surfaces with a minimum of power and a maximum of control. In the front, carbide steel scarifying teeth loosen even the hardest surfaces. In the back, a leveling blade catches the loosened material and carries it forward to fill in and smooth over potholes and hollows. A battery-powered actuator precisely adjusts the depth of cut, deeper for softer road materials, shallower for harder materials, or raised all the way to clear the teeth while riding over neutral areas. The rear blade height remains constant, no matter what the digging depth. All height adjustments are made with the touch of a button from the towing vehicle. The battery is meant to last a full season before recharging. A single charge will complete well over 800 cycles of the actuator. When the battery finally does need recharging, it's easy. Just plug it into any outlet. There's a weight tray to hold upturned rocks, or additional weight when necessary. DR gives you 2 trailer hitches to choose from. A ring hitch can easily be slipped over a trailer ball, or there's a pin hitch for easy hookup to just about any riding mower. DR has also designed this optional drag screen to tow behind the Power Grader. This drag screen is like a finishing grader for creating a beautifully smooth finish on sandy surfaces.
The DR Grader is probably the easiest piece of equipment I've ever owned as far as the type of work I'm doing with it. It is very simple. It is designed to be easy. I can hook it up in seconds. I can disconnect it in seconds.
Once we started using the Power Grader, we found out that it solved our problems with the road essentially right away.
We found that riding mowers, ATVs, and utility tractors are all excellent power sources for the Power Grader. A riding mower is perfectly adequate for most jobs, especially when using our 4-foot wide Power Grader. But if you're grading a slope of more than 5 degrees, it's best to have the extra traction of an ATV or utility tractor. These more powerful tow vehicles also give you the power and traction to move up to our 5-foot Power Grader model. This wider grader does more work in less time because it lets you grade more surface area with each pass. Once our engineers at DR Power completed the design, we turned the grader over to Mike Moriarty in charge of our testing crew. All DR products undergo hundreds of hours of rigorous testing, so you can be sure it's a product you'll be proud of. Mike, tell us your thoughts about the DR Power Grader.
Tom, as you know, we have high standards for quality at DR, and when I first saw the Power Grader, I was skeptical. But after grading over 200 miles of driveways with the Power Grader, I have to tell you that the work it does is fantastic. We also used the DR to regrade the washed-out parking lot at the Morgan Horse Museum in Shelburne, Vermont. This lot was a disaster, with deep gullies running through it. You would think it would take a load of gravel, a bulldozer, and a full day to get that job done right. But in fact, it only took a few hours and the power grader had that lot completely smoothed out. And we never had to bring in any new material. If it'll do that parking lot, the DR Power Grader will do any composite driveway that I can think of. And it'll do it well.
Thanks, Mike. As you can see, the DR Power Grader is not just for driveways. It's also great for preparing lawns for seeding, leveling riding rings, baseball infield, even that center hump of grass that occurs in some driveways.
When I first made one path up one side of the path and then back down the other side, I was amazed. It had filled in all the potholes, all the little ruts, and plus was pretty. I liked it. I want my stuff to look good.
As with our other DR Power equipment, you can use a DR Power Grader for 6 months absolutely risk-free. If within 6 months the DR is not all we promised, you can return it for a full refund, including shipping both ways. We offer special factory direct savings throughout the year, so give us a call.
Would you mind if I asked you?
One of our friendly customer service representatives right here in Vermont will help you with any remaining questions you may have. It's toll-free, so call us at 1-888-545-6604. You can also place your order online at drpower.com/grader.
We were convinced to purchase the power grader because in our discussions with the company, they were very forthcoming with information. In addition, there was a 6-month no-risk guarantee, even paid for return shipping if we wanted to do that. And so it was really hard to see how we could lose.
The money-back guarantee is a real plus for some people, and let's face it, you're going to be happy with it.
Again, if you're not 100% satisfied with our DR Power Grader, we'll buy it back, no questions asked. You have my word on it. Remember, special savings are in effect right now, so I hope to hear from you soon.
And it's kind of refreshing these days and times to find a product that is every bit as good as is represented. I was delighted, and still am to this day.
I think the biggest selling point is that just everything about it works.
Maintaining the road is now something that I actually look forward to, because when I get done, I've got a road that actually looks like something that you can be proud of.
I just enjoy using it. I just can't recommend it strongly enough.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
We bought some acreage out to put horses on so we wouldn't have to board them. And as a result, it became a whole more work than we thought it was going to be. You have to move water troughs, trim limbs during the winter and in the spring. You have to clean out the bedding twice a year, removing all the bedding out of the stalls and putting it all back in. Really, with just a regular wheelbarrow, that's almost impossible. With the DR Power Wagon, we load all the bedding in the wagon, we roll it through the back door of the stall, pull the little dump lever, done. It's a whole new world for us. I love it. I love it.
We are sitting here on a terminal moraine from the last glacier that came down during the ice ages.
He's a scientist.
I'm a scientist, so I get it. I need to get into all this. And because of that, the land we've got is really poor. It's not the sort of land that anybody would ever have farmed in their right mind, ever.
We try to garden and raise farm animals on it anyway.
And the one thing about the DR Power Wagon that I was really concerned on, because there are lots of ups and downs, lots of hills, lots of really kind of nasty terrain here to go over, was how it did with rocks. It turns out the DR Power Wagon is really, really good for moving over rocks because it's got a very narrow wheelbase, and so you don't get jammed up on things. And it's just a really, really useful device.
It's also fun. It's also a lot of fun to use.
Fun to drive, yeah.
When we bought this property, we dreamed of building our home site here. This is our retirement home. It's going to be our last home. We wanted a place in the woods, we wanted the quiet, we wanted the stars. The DR Power Wagon has made it possible to do work without opening up roads into the lower parts of our property. We've cleared trails down there. We've moved rocks. We built a little dam in the creek where we've got a little cascade that just makes this beautiful sound. So we're going to be able to sit and prop ourselves back and just enjoy the sound of nature. So I just love it. I love it. It's great.
I'm not in the least surprised when folks like Mr. Miller, who've given the DR Power Wagon a try, absolutely love it. I know how they feel. Hi, I'm Tom Parent, and I'm here in the factory warehouse at Country Home Products, which is where the DR Power Wagon is manufactured. You know, of all the products we make, the Power Wagon is my very favorite one, yet it's probably the least well known. I think that's because it's unique. Most people have never tried or seen anything like it. As a result, we hear the same questions over and over again from folks who are interested in it. They almost always ask whether it really has enough power to haul nearly a half-ton. They wonder whether they'll find enough uses for it on their property. And they wonder, frankly, whether it's worth the price. My guess is you have some of the same questions yourself. So first, let's compare haulers, and then we'll visit with some folks who've given the Power Wagon a try, and we'll see what they've discovered.
Before we purchased the DR Power Wagon, we really didn't have much. I had a garden cart that I had ordered for other purposes, and I tried it. It really didn't do the job at all. I couldn't manage it. I couldn't get it up the hills. If it had any kind of load on it at all, there was just no way to move it. It'd get hung up in the trees when we tried to get off the trails. The difference between using the DR Power Wagon and my garden cart is like comparing a pickup truck to a rickshaw.
I've always enjoyed doing the work. It's just very hard when you load anything into a wheelbarrow out here. We're in sand, and the wheelbarrow would sink, and there you were. You couldn't push it any further. So I needed something that was powered, and until you use something that just pulls your load along, you don't realize the amount of effort and time that you've been putting in with wheelbarrows and little wagons behind the tractor.
I decided to solve this bank problem I had with weeds growing and dying on the summer months on it. I decided to put cobblestone on the bank. I started the project with only a construction wheelbarrow and a four-wheel drive Kubota tractor that had the front loader on it. I originally started out carrying some rocks down. I've come up with the big idea to build a chute, roll them down the bank into the chute, but a couple of rocks bounced out of the chute and went all the way down the road. And I thought, well, lawsuit city, so I decided not to do it that way. And the Power Wagon has saved me a lot of aching hands and back, and possibly even from lawsuits from cobblestone rolling down to the road.
I thought for a while then about getting some kind of an ATV vehicle with a wagon on the end but you know, while that could go over the hills well enough, up and down, you know, when you've got a little cart on the back, it's not going to be working all that well.
And he was going to break his neck with it. I didn't think that was going to be the safest approach.
The last thing you want to experience is feeling out of control while hauling a heavy load. The DR Power Wagon is designed to safely transport up to 800 pounds over practically any terrain. The load is placed over the powered wheels, so the heavier the load, the better the traction, even in soft or soggy areas.
The Power Wagon works quite well on uneven terrain. In fact, that's the major reason, the only reason I bought it, because I need something to be able to go down slopes, up slopes, and in Willits we get a fair amount of rain, over 50 inches a year, and so I am working in sometimes muddy conditions. And with the all-terrain tires, they work quite well.
Because of the power it has, we've been able to haul rocks, blocks, logs, things that we couldn't carry, both uphill and downhill. When you come to a steep hill, you downshift, keeps right on going. I've had my DR Power Wagon in mud so deep that the rear wheel was actually up to the axle. I just downshifted and it just keep on going. Come out muddy, but we got out.
Well, the thing is, when you move big rocks and you build a wall, it gives you a great amount of pleasure and satisfaction. They always say the men that have the greatest job satisfaction are people who operate heavy machinery, and I would say that's probably true. And some of the most satisfying jobs that I've done around here have been done with the DR Power Wagon, because I can move things that I normally wouldn't have been able to move before.
Yeah, you get a sense of accomplishment that you can actually see that you actually changed something. It's nice to be able to see a project.
And a project is what most people have in mind when they start to research alternative methods of how to improve their property. You know, we receive letters from people all over the country that say they intended to use their DR one way and are surprised when they find it has so many more uses. It actually ends up paying for itself in no time because they no longer have to subcontract the work.
The cost of the Power Wagon on paper without actually seeing it being used was a split issue with us. He thought it was a little bit of expensive to be collecting dust in the barn, and I wanted to give it a try. So we ordered it, and as soon as it got here, got it running, and the next morning I was out bright and early doing chores that I usually have to wait for him to do. When the hay would come, I had to hire the boy down the road to come and help me put hay in the loft, to get hay stacked, to move it from the truck into the barn. When I got the DR Power Wagon, we could take it from the truck to the hay loft, toss it in the hay loft, and go back and get another load. So when my husband came home from work at 6 o'clock, tired, I didn't go say, okay, now go load the hay in the barn.
I think it's going to pay directly for some part-time help that we used to get that we're not having to do anymore. And eventually it'll pay for itself in that way.
Our DR Power Wagon paid for itself within the first month that we owned it, just in the things that we did that if we'd had to hire them done, they would have cost us much more than we actually paid for this product. And we were able to do the work ourselves. We were able to do it the way we wanted. We had access without damaging the ecology of what we have down here.
Yes, I do use the Power Wagon more than I thought I would when I first considered buying it. I use it to haul firewood. When I cut the grass, I put the trimmings in it. Probably a week goes by that I don't use it.
Whether you have large or small hauling chores, wet or dry material to transport, there is a DR Power Wagon that will do the job. Basically, there are two different DR models, and one is certain to be just right for your needs. The standard DR Power Wagon comes with a 5.5 horsepower electric starting engine, a large capacity molded body, and features 4 speeds forward and 1 reverse. The 5.5 horsepower has a load capacity of 500 pounds and is wonderfully maneuverable and easy to use for everyday hauling chores. At the top of the line is our 6.75 horsepower Pro model, available in manual or electric starting. The Pro comes equipped with a heavy-duty stake body and a gear-driven transmission with 4 forward speeds plus power reverse. The Pro has an 800-pound hauling capacity and features a built-in 100-pound weight rack for additional traction. The electric starting Pro also accepts an optional actuator motor powered by the machine's battery, which enables you to raise or lower the dump bed with a push of a button from the operator's position. This option is especially handy for spreading gravel, mulch, or soil, minimizing the need to shovel or rake it out. The molded body option replaces the standard stake body and is ideal for hauling loose materials like sand, topsoil, gravel, and compost, or for mixing and hauling cement, peat moss, and the like. High-impact UV-stabilized polyethylene resists damage from stones, firewood, and the elements. All controls are conveniently located at your fingertips, with the operator presence control, shift lever, throttle control, and handbrake. We also offer a removable tool tray, which is great for carrying pruners, your chainsaw, oil, gas, or any other tool. You may want to consider our Power Wagon Pro package, which includes all the features of the Pro, plus the convenience of turnkey electric starting, a battery charger, the molded body in addition to the stake body, plus the powered dump body. Receive an extra $75 package savings by ordering everything at once, rather than individually.
One of the things I like best about the DR Power Wagon is that we can take it into the trees and do work. I can turn it around inside its length. I can go places that I couldn't take any other kind of power equipment other than something you carry. There's a little lever over here that enables you to just tip the bed right up and everything just slides right out, right exactly where you want to put it.
But the parking brake works well when you stop and want to park and walk away from it. It'll hold it in place. I use the brake very little going downhill because you select the right gear ratio and you don't need brakes.
We have both the beds that come with the Power Wagon and use both.
You can just switch it out real quickly. It's very simple.
Well, I'm about 5 foot 1 inch tall or so, but I think I can use the DR Power Wagon every bit as well as he can. I like to let him think that it's a he-man tool, but really I use the DR Power Wagon every bit as well as he does.
You really do, huh?
Yeah.
I think the wonderful thing about the DR Power Wagon is that you can use it to your level of strength and abilities, that it is really good in making a big job easier.
All DR models are covered by our exclusive 6-month trial, which allows you to test out the DR Power Wagon at your own home, risk-free. You can use the machine on your property, and if you are not 100% satisfied within 6 months of your ship date, then return it at our expense for a full refund, including shipping both ways.
I think one thing about the DR Power Wagon is you read all the information on it, and then like so many of us do, you go looking for the price of it. We did that as well, but we decided with a free trial, get the DR Power Wagon, see if it's worth its money. Actually, we knew after the first week because we were both already saying, boy, what a good investment that was. This is going to be great.
Buying the DR Power Wagon sight unseen was one of the biggest problems I had with getting around to buying it, because I wasn't sure whether the DR Power Wagon was going to be any use or not, and so I was very reassured by the fact that they have your no questions asked, money back return policy, and that they'll pay for shipping.
The DR Power Wagon is made by Country Home Products, which is located in a small town here in Vermont. We live the country life, so when you call us with questions, rest assured we can help you decide what's right for you and your situation.
Welcome to Country Home Products. This is Abby. How may I help you?
Our business depends on our customers, and our customer service representatives are a friendly, knowledgeable staff who will make sure you are satisfied.
All of the dealings I've had with Country Home Products have been really, really friendly. They're like a company just down the road. I feel like I'm dealing with a family rather than in a big impersonal company.
When I first called Country Home Products to ask someone about the DR Power Wagon, I got a very nice gentleman on the phone.
What he was able to verify too that I was interested in was, when you get something out of catalog or something like that, and guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, you want a piece of machinery, is it something cheap or is it a piece of machinery? And he guaranteed us that it was a serious piece of machinery, and it has been. It's been real durable.
So why not try out a DR Power Wagon for yourself? Just give us a call at 1-800-711-7276, and one of our friendly customer service representatives will be happy to answer your questions and take your order. You can also visit us online at drpower.com/powerwagon and learn more about our 6-month trial. What have you got to lose? We are very proud of this revolutionary machine, which is designed solely for moving heavy, bulky loads with a minimum of strain and effort. There simply has never been anything like the DR Power Wagon. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
I've told all my friends about the DR Power Wagon. I've had people request to borrow it, but we've been too busy using it ourselves to really let somebody else use it. But I brag about this thing to everybody that has even the slightest interest in a product like this. Let them know that it's available, and they're more than welcome to come out to my place and try it.
Normally I don't write a whole lot of letters, but I was so impressed with the DR Power Wagon that I had to write them a letter to tell them what a wonderful product they had. I mean, I really think that they are filling a unique role here. They've got a unique device that there's nothing else like it, and it can do jobs that I can't think of anything else that can do it for the price. So, for my money, the DR Power Wagon is the best thing going.
gives professional power for homeowners.
I was cutting grass up at our farm that's hay, and it was probably 4 feet high. The grass, it just threw the grass to the side, no wrapping at all. You never had to stop.
What I like best about the DR trimmer is I can take both my line whip and the beaver blade accessory and go down to the lake with one unit and do both the weed whipping I have to do and the stump cutting that I have to do. I don't have to walk back and forth with several heavier pieces of equipment.
So why do people love the DR trimmer so much? Well, the DR was invented to solve the same problems many of us here at DR Power Equipment face on our own country property. Vermont isn't called the Green Mountain State for nothing. Vegetation grows so quickly that in just a few short seasons, it could completely take over. Our DR trimmer mower was designed as an innovative new way to help keep our own property under control. Today we hear from folks all over the country who tell us they would have had to give up maintaining their properties if not for the DR. Hi, I'm Tom Parent for DR Power Equipment. These are folks who love their land and want to enjoy their independence as long as possible. So now let's take a look at how the DR trimmer mower has helped transform properties all across the country and empowered our customers to take control of their land.
We bought 23 acres out here quite a few years ago, and there's an 8-acre lake on the property. Originally this lake was a pit for digging clay, and when the miners get done digging the clay out, they use a ground cover called Lespedeza that came from China. This Lespedeza is so coarse and hard to cut with a regular weed whip that the DR trimmer works real well for mowing it down.
Now, as Peter mentioned, handheld string trimmers are oftentimes more trouble than they're worth. The DR trimmer on wheels is the solution to this frustrating and back-breaking chore.
I bought a very large string trimmer. The thing had handlebars about like a Harley Davidson, must have weighed 15 pounds, and it would wear you out because I'd have to come out here and use it sometimes for 8 hours, and you were sore after you used it for that long.
At times I've used a normal string trimmer, and even the ones with 2 strings would tangle up, or the string would pull out, or the string would break off. They were just not sturdy enough.
With a handheld trimmer, you're constantly winding more and more and more line around these spools and then fighting them back into that little compartment and getting the end through the hole. And with the DR trimmer, all that is gone.
The DR trimmer was an innovative product when we first introduced it in 1986. Today it is better than ever, and it's still the industry leader. Our trimmers are powerful, professional quality, and dependable.
One of the things that continues to impress me about the DR is that it's so easy for me to start it. Now, I did get the electric start feature because I thought it's always hard for me to start any of these things with a pull start, like a mower or a chainsaw. But you know, it's the easiest starting machine I have ever owned.
We like to think of our DR brand as power equipment done right. In fact, done right pretty much sums up our company philosophy. We take great pride in building solid, well-crafted machines at our factory here in Vermont. All our products undergo hours of rigorous testing, so you can rest assured you're getting a professional quality product. So now, let me introduce you to our full line of DR trimmer mower models. The DR Sprint is the easiest handling, lowest priced DR trimmer mower available. The Sprint is a lightweight, easy to use precision trimmer that you can guide within a fraction of an inch from your plantings. Or rev it up and it will mow waist-high field grass and weeds without clogging. The Sprint features a rugged steel mainframe, resin-spoke wheels, and DR's cord attachment instant height adjustment system. This patented feature allows you to adjust your trimming height from 1.5 inches to 4 inches instantly, without tools. Our patented parallel trimming action lets you tilt the machine closer to the job at hand. This allows you to offset the cutting cord so you can easily trim close to buildings, walls, or even under fences. It's also ideal for edging along walks, drives, and garden borders. Next, there's our DR Pro, which features larger, easier rolling wheels, parallel trimming action, and our patented cord attachment and height adjustment system. The Pro model features a lightweight and extra rugged cast aluminum mainframe, which carries a lifetime warranty. Now, if you want a truly unstoppable workhorse, there's the DR Commercial line, which features a cast aluminum lifetime warranted mainframe, extra heavy-duty steel spoke wheels, patented parallel trimming action feature for precise trimming and edging, and an industrial commercial overhead valve engine that comes complete with automotive-style spin-on oil filters for extra long engine life. The commercial model is also available with self-propelled wheels for easy mowing of slopes and rough terrain. A gear-driven transmission and heavy-duty drive chain provide steady power to the self-propelled wheels. Yet the machine still rolls easily in freewheel when you want more precise mowing or trimming control. Note that because the self-propelled has a solid drive axle, this model does not have parallel trimming action. All DR trimmer models are supplied with a selection of our exclusive DR cutting cords. The tougher, thicker DR cords last much longer than the lightweight ones used on handheld trimmers and have a cutting width of 21 to 24 inches. Every DR model is equipped with our safety clutch brake system that stops the trimmer head from spinning as soon as you let go of the bail bar. All DR models are delivered fully assembled. Just add gas and oil and they're ready to mow. Every model accepts the optional beaver blade attachment, which is great for cutting saplings and small trees. The patented chainsaw and groove design cuts faster and with much less binding than ordinary standard steel blades.
From my past experience doing prototype work and doing tremendous durability testing on air compressors that have Briggs & Stratton engines, I was very confident that when I got this piece of equipment that it would last me for years, because in the past I had found out how durable the Briggs & Stratton engines are.
The thing that I most appreciate about the machine is I'm no longer dependent on asking people for help. I was always asking my son to come down and help me on the weekend, and now I'm not dependent on asking him for that assistance.
All DR models are covered by our exclusive 6-month trial, which allows you to test out the DR trimmer mower at your own home, risk-free. No other trimmer on wheels offers a lifetime frame warranty, a 6-month risk-free trial, and the experience of thousands of satisfied customers.
There wasn't any risk because they said they'd take it back if I didn't like it. But it didn't take me long to appreciate it. I think I'd used it probably 2 weeks and really appreciated how much this machine could do and its versatility.
We offer the DR trimmer mower direct from our factory. We know that in many cases you're buying it from us sight unseen, so we have to provide accurate and thorough information and great service.
This is Abby. How may I help you?
It's the job of customer service to help you decide if the DR will meet your needs, and if so, which model would be best for you. We really don't consider ourselves as salespeople at all. Our job is to help match the right product with the needs of our customers. We also provide a great technical support team, ready to help you with any questions, service advice, or parts you may need.
Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely
I was leery at first of buying something through the mail because you wonder, well, okay, when something breaks on it, where am I going to get it serviced? The sales staff are superb. They can readily identify any problems you have over the telephone, and instruct you in just layman's terms how to fix it. In my opinion, there couldn't be a company better to deal with.
If you have any questions or would like to place your order, please call us at 1-800-446-8746. Our call center is open 7 days a week, and our staff has hands-on knowledge of the equipment we sell. I'd encourage you also to visit our website at www.drpower.com/trimmer to get full specifications, current prices, or even to purchase your new DR. All of us at DR are dedicated to providing you with professional power equipment that's right for you. We look forward to having you join our DR family. Thanks for watching.
You cannot go wrong buying this piece of machinery. They brought it right to our door. In no time we had it together. In no time we had it fired up. And we were using that thing all around the gardens, all around the walls, and down at the lake. And we loved it.
I couldn't really survive without a DR trimmer here because it's so versatile for the types of weeds and ground cover and stone walls and you name it that I have to trim around here.
You should buy a DR because they are by far the easiest, most maneuverable machine you can own. If something should happen to my DR, it's a no-brainer. I'll order a new one that day because you can't get along without it.
I can enjoy my property a lot more now that I have this machine because I have more time just to walk the trails and look at the birds and the trees and appreciate the natural beauty that's all around me because I'm not working all the time on it.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Hi, I'm Tom Parent, sales manager for DR Power Equipment. Thanks for your interest in the electric hydraulic DR wood splitter. We're proud to have popularized this new concept in wood splitting and given so many people an easier, more enjoyable way to split wood. We introduced our first electric wood splitter 10 years ago. Since then, we've fine-tuned it so that today the DR is a state-of-the-art splitter with proven features you won't find anywhere else. Like our other DR power equipment, the DR wood splitter was inspired by experiences we've had working on our own country properties here in Vermont. Until now, there were only two options for splitting wood, both with pretty serious drawbacks. Splitting by hand may be good exercise if you're young and in shape. Otherwise, it's just plain hard, back-breaking work. Plus, you pretty much have to split outside, no matter what. The only alternative to hand splitting has been the gas-powered splitter. These machines are powerful, but they're big and very heavy, so they're hard to move and harder to store. And who likes working this close to a noisy, smelly gasoline engine for hours on end? We just knew there had to be a better way, and there is.
The biggest selling point of the DR wood splitter is its size. It fills a gap. There is nothing else available that I've seen between them all and between the trailer-carried gasoline-powered heavy-duty splitters.
The DR electric hydraulic wood splitter is the #1 selling machine of its kind in America. And here's why. The DR is powered by electricity, so it's quiet. There are no fumes and it requires almost no maintenance. Sure, it's compact, but don't be fooled. This is a rugged, well-built machine that does all the work for you. It's actually kind of fun. You can even split wood indoors, protected from the cold, wind, rain, and snow. It's nice to know you can stay warm no matter what happens to energy costs. Just put any log up to 20 inches long on the holding tray, turn on the motor, and engage the ram. When the log is split, release the lever and the ram slides back to its starting position. A constant motor switch makes this the only electric hydraulic splitter that operates with just one hand. This reduces fatigue and results in more efficient splitting. The machine's heavy-duty 1800-watt motor is over a third more powerful than motors on other electric splitters. The face of the ram is diamond plate steel and makes for solid, consistent contact with the log. A shroud protects the motor from falling logs and during transport.
Oh, that DR wood splitter is worth every penny you pay for it. Not only in the time you save, but in the ease of using it. I feel a good sense of independence being able to use it to split the wood to keep the house warm in the winter.
We've also built in lots of small details that make the DR easy and comfortable to use. If you split wood for an afternoon, you'll likely engage the control arm hundreds of times. So we've put it on the side of the machine with a soft rubber handle so it's comfortable to use. The action of the control arm makes sense. You push the lever in the same direction you want the ram to move. For comfortable lifting, there are soft rubber handles at both the front and back of the machine. Our power cord is also in the back, easy to get to, but out of the way when not in use. The wheels of the DR splitter have twice the tread width of most other splitters for easier rolling.
We've recommended the DR wood splitter to several of our friends. The main points that we've emphasized is it is extremely simple to use. It's convenient to have in your garage, but most importantly, it keeps us out of the elements and gives us very easy and fast access to the wood that we need to warm our homes and give us a comfortable, nice fire on a cold winter day.
The DR wood splitter comes in two models, a 5-ton model and a 6-ton model. The 5-ton model splits logs up to 12 inches in diameter and 20 inches long. Its hydraulically powered forward stroke delivers 10,000 pounds of thrust. It's easy to move, so it's perfect if you want to split wood in more than one place. Our 6-ton model is an upgrade in both power and features. It has a 2-stage pump, a faster travel speed for advancing the ram to the log, and a slower, more powerful splitting speed for powering through logs up to 16 inches in diameter and up to 20 inches long. The 6-ton is a heavy-duty splitter that delivers 12,000 pounds of thrust. Both models have accessories and attachments you won't find on any other wood splitters. The DR splitting tray is great for keeping logs within easy reach if they need to be resplit or cleared out of the way. The DR splitting table is custom designed to put our splitters at the most comfortable working height. The non-skid rubber feet of either model fit securely into recessed pockets on the table, and you can lock the machine in place for extra security. The DR wood splitter can easily stand on end for compact storage and for convenient access to the hydraulic fluid chamber. An optional wall bracket helps hold the splitter upright against a wall so it can't be knocked over, and it can be locked to the bracket to deter theft or unauthorized use. An optional cover protects the DR splitter from the elements, so it can be left outdoors when not in use. Our optional contractor-grade 25-foot extension cord minimizes the power drop from outlet to splitter. For a little extra peace of mind, we also allow you to double your DR splitter's warranty from 2 to 4 years with our optional extended warranty. We know it's hard to commit to a purchase like this sight unseen. That's why, as with all our DR products, you get to use the DR wood splitter for 6 months, absolutely risk-free. If within that 6 months, the DR isn't all we promised, you can return it for a full refund. No questions asked. We're pretty sure you're going to like it and keep it. That's why we can make such an incredible risk-free offer.
I didn't find the risk-free trial for the DR wood splitter to be advantageous, but my wife definitely did. When I said I was going to buy it, she was skeptical at first very much. But after she saw it in operation and got a chance to use it herself, that was gone.
No, I have no problems buying anything from DR. Never had a problem with anything we've gotten from them.
So give us a call, toll-free, at 888-394-0030 to order your DR wood splitter.
Okay.
Our friendly customer service representatives are here to answer your questions and help you decide which DR is right for your wood splitting needs. You can also visit us online at drpower.com/woodsplitter. The DR Wood Splitter can be a great addition to your home. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Oh yes, I love my DR wood splitter. Nobody's getting that away from me.
DR is professional power for homeowners.
Vermont, known for its scenic beauty, its unhurried country lifestyle, and for its proudly independent people. It's no accident that these qualities have helped define the DR Power Equipment brand. DR embraces the spirit of independent country living. We enjoy caring for our land and take great pride in beautifying and improving the place we call home. Providing equipment to like-minded individuals, we derive satisfaction from knowing that our customers believe DR Power Equipment is the reason they have achieved the dreams they had for their rural properties.
Our dream for our 34 acres here in Port Angeles was to have an alpaca farm as kind of a hobby, but to take the raw acreage here and clear it so that it looked like a park and we could sit back and enjoy it most of the year.
When we bought this property, we dreamed of building our home site here. This is our retirement home. It's going to be our last home. We wanted a place in the woods. We wanted the quiet. We wanted the stars. The DR Power Wagon has made it possible to do work without opening up roads into the lower parts of our property.
My dream for this property has been for it to really restore nature. The wildlife has returned. We have endangered species birds. You could see the deer at night. You could hear the coyotes howl. So it really has brought the land back to some of its original condition.
We bought the property a little less than a year ago. We saw it, fell in love with it. We're building a home. We've put in the pond. We'll have fish for the grandchildren and for us to enjoy. And for us, it's going to be our own little private Eden.
Since 1985, DR has been manufacturing and selling unique tools to make outdoor work easy and more enjoyable. With a talented team of engineers, we're continuing to design unique machines of lasting value and unequaled performance. But before the DR label goes on, our products undergo hours of vigorous testing. Only then can we claim them worthy of being professional power for homeowners.
The quality of the DR chipper is superior to any other chipper that I've seen.
The DR really impresses us with the wide range of things it can do. We're so happy that we've bought that piece of equipment.
But it does everything that it said it would do. And there aren't many things today that I've purchased in the last year that I can say that about.
When you stop and think about it, and think of all the different kinds of gardening, moving devices that exist, the DR Power Wagon is a unique device. There's nothing like it.
The DR all-terrain field and brush mower is absolutely the best thing I've ever seen. The quality is superior. The design was done by a genius. It's fully dependable. That's what I look for in anything from, you know, a kitchen appliance to an automobile.
Direct mail marketing is all about building trust. Purchasing an expensive product, sight unseen, requires our customer to put their faith in DR. Not only do we design high-quality machines, but we employ and train people whose standards are unequaled. Our employees care about the company, care about our products, care about each other, and most importantly, care about the customer they serve. our standards are simple. Treat others how we would like to be treated.
They have an excellent PR division, and they're very responsive to the customers. There are folks that after you purchase something, you don't get the kind of customer service that you need. These folks are wonderful on the other end. They treat you like family.
When we called Country Home to order this machine, I found out what it was like to be the opposite guy on the end of a customer service line. I take care of the technical calls where I work, and now finally I got to call somebody, and I hope I'm as polite and friendly to everybody as they were to me.
I think that in today's world, service is extremely important. And Country Home products I have found to be wonderful in their ability to accommodate you when you do call up, and that's something that you really can't buy today.
The person that took the call was really friendly on the telephone, and if somebody that's taking phone orders is that happy doing their job, I figured it must be a good company to work for. And to me, if the company's a good company to work for, then they probably have a good product.
The DR brand embodies a way of life that our customers and all of us can believe in because we live it every day. We appreciate our rural environment and the honest values that come from living a simple life. We care about designing, building, and selling products that all of us can be proud to stand behind. And we care about running our company where trust is the basis for doing business. Most of us grew up with the adage, if you're going to do a job, do it right. We think that pretty much sums up the DR brand. Done right.
DR's excellent, top of the line. I wish more companies were like them.
The people that are working there, you should be proud working at that company. That company is putting out a good product. It's American made. And I want to tell the person who owns that company, you've got good people working for you, and you make an excellent product, and I'm glad that I spent the money for your DR field and brush mower.
Tech support's there. They stand behind their product. They're priced very, very reasonable. It does the job, and that's basically what people are going to put their money up. That's what they want. Something's going to do the job and do a good job, and that's DR.
DR is professional power for homeowners.